Yo, what's going on? It's the NOC, the Nerds of Color. And we are back with another ShoPowSho. It's your boy, Kuya P, the Babinka boy, the Adobro, the leader of the Holla Holla Homies and the son of Gang. We in here, the amazing Ates. Tina's a little late, but she's going to be in a second. So shout out to Viva, Valentina. But of course, my girl, Miss Kataphorric. What's up, Kat?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here.
Doing? Hey, happy to see you as always. You know, it makes me smile when I get to see y'all's faces because, you know, we're living in pandemic time. So getting together in person isn't a thing. So when we can do it virtual, it always makes me smile. So happy to see you, girl. Always. So anything new before we have some fun? Any check-ins we want to do? Anything you got coming on? I think, you know, the people that have been following, you know, you have a trip to a certain place. Do we want to say anything about that?
I might be going.
I don't want to jinx it though. I just hold up.
Let's not jinx anything. International travel's been kind of up in the air for a while, which is why we haven't talked about it too much. But I have been waitlisted for a job overseas, and it looks like things are moving. So that's very exciting. I'm
keeping it optimistic. I'm keeping it positive.
That. Yeah,
that's why I just wanted to bring that light and that energy because I love you. I know this is what you want, and so I just want to see that happen. So I just want to put that energy in there. Oh, hey, look, we got Tina coming in. Tina's interrupting our intro, but that's okay. Tina's about to pop up in here. Tina, can you see us? Can you hear us? We're just doing the intro.
Come into the light, Tina. Come into
the light. There she is. Tina, we're doing the intro. Say hello.
Oh, hello. I'm Viva Valentina, and I am here with another ShoPowSho.
Hey, all right. Well, you just caught us right in time. We are getting ready to bring in our amazing guest. This brother, he's over there on the West Coast. We got a lot of West Coast love. Shout out to the West Coast giving us love, man. I appreciate it. This man, I think he dabbles in that. I think I saw a little bit when I was peeping out doing my homework, but I know he's got some music coming out, and y'all know I love music. You know, I love hip hop. Let's bring him in. I'm gonna bring him up on screen. We're gonna shout out these air horns. Marlon ain't gonna hear it. It's not gonna be in post, but brother, we're celebrating you right now. Let's put him up on screen, Mr. Marlon Day. Ciao. Air horns is going off. It's crazy. How you living, brother?
Thanks for having me, yo.
Oh man, I'm happy, man. I'm psyched. It's a pleasure to see you and meet you virtually. Connect with brothers that are over there on the West Coast from the East Coast. Show that there's no more of that East Coast, West Coast anymore. It's all love.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Hell yeah. Well, welcome, brother. I'm gonna throw it over to Miss Viva Valentina. Kat was gonna help step in, but Tina made it in time. Go ahead, Tina. You know what to do.
Oh, sir, we always like to know, where are you from? But like, where are you really from? And like, where are your parents?
So I was born in the Philippines, 1984, but I moved out when I was 10, 1995, and I moved to Oxnard, California, and from 10 years old all the way to 18, I lived in Southern California, Oxnard, which is like 1 hour up north from LA. You know what I mean?
Nice.
All right.
But I'm now currently in San Diego, California, which is still Southern Cali. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pause you right there because we're gonna still bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. Nah.
Right.
So what we like to do, how I like to tag off of Tina's question a little bit is we like to honor the fam that came before. Because, you know what I'm saying, we are the manifestations of our ancestors' hopes and dreams, brother. So if you know a little bit about, you know, some of your elders, if you know about your parents or your grandma, grandpas, if you want to shine a light on them, if you can give us a little story about them. And maybe if you know a little bit of inclinations of what you're into, if maybe you inherited some of that, like if they were into art or music like you're into, give us some love on the fam, man. Can you tell us a bit of maybe your mother, father, grandma, grandpa, aunties, uncles, a little bit before we dig into your story?
No doubt. So my mom's a teacher. She was a teacher in the Philippines as well. And my dad was a custodian. He was a custodian that worked at a company that makes cough syrup for kids in the Philippines. Now, my mom's side of the family, there was a lot of teachers. My mom's a teacher. My sister's a teacher. My auntie, my grandpa. There's a lot of teachers on my mom's side. Now, my dad's side, they are just I do have teachers on my dad's side too, but they're just hardworking people. I think my dad's a hard worker, and so is mom. And my dad's from Bulacan, and my mom's side of the family is all in Pampanga, so they makes them Kapampangan.
Yeah.
So and my dad's Tagalog. They split up when I was 10. So I know a while ago we were talking about struggle. So I think being raised by a single parent wasn't easy growing up in Oxnard. So, but it's all good because I think it definitely set up the trajectory for my life and knowing just how to work hard because I didn't have much growing up with a single mom.
I feel that, man. And I appreciate you sharing that and opening up like that. Because sometimes, we don't want to share that and it's difficult. So thank you for, saying that because then other people can relate with that and see that, that they're not alone. And that's what's important for people to know they're not alone. So, so then I would assume with the kind of like trajectory you had kind of already broke down. So you were born and raised in the Philippines and then you came over at 10 is what I recall.
Yeah, my mom and dad split up, and I was really 9. So okay. She left for the Philippines in 1994, and then me and my sisters followed like in 1995. I got 2 older sisters, and we moved to Oxnard because my mom's side of the family all relocated there because we have uncles that are in the Navy, so they all got stationed in Oxnard. So that's where we moved. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. So what was that like, man? Was Tagalog or what was your first language? Were you learning English? How was that transitioning, man? I can only imagine how difficult, that could be. And then different place, different area, how was that? Can you speak on that?
Yeah, they definitely taught English in the Philippines. So it wasn't that far-fetched as far as like the private schools that was teaching English. So it was cool adapting to the language, but I think when I first got to Oxnard, of course, me and my sisters were a little culture shocked, but the community of Oxnard is like, I would say when I moved in 1995, I would say it was 60% Hispanics, 40% Filipinos. So I felt right at home, but just like any 10-year-old kid, yes, I was a little culture shocked. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And I feel that. So, then can you just tell us about growing up? Because now, you're in a strange place. You're learning to adapt. Did you find solace in is this where you maybe found music or like the arts? Because when you feel like an outcast, I know for myself as a young Navy kid growing up all over the world, I didn't have friends for a long time because I was 4 years here, 4 years there. So I retreated to comic books. Hence you see Spider-Man and Marvel shit all behind me. You know what I'm saying? That's where, if I didn't have my friend that I had because I'm now in a new place, at least I had Spider-Man. That he was going to be in that next place I moved to, and I could still have that connection. What was that for you growing up?
No doubt. I would say in the mid 90s, the gang culture in Oxnard was very prevalent. So a lot of my peers growing up got caught up in that. And luckily, me and my friends, the one that I hung out with, we discovered our love for hip hop and our love for freestyling and rapping and DJing, So, and my cousins were DJs. So like my cousins introduced to me the music and the culture. So I latched on early to hip hop, and I've been writing rhymes since I was like 10 years old, but I didn't really start rapping out loud in front of people till I would say I was 15. So in the high school years, I was definitely freestyling at the high school rallies for lunchtime, battling, or just a young Filipino kid trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 37 now, and I still feel like I'm still trying.
Hey, man, you're never too old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Samuel, you know how old Sam? I don't know it off top, but Samuel L. Jackson was an old head when he finally made it. There's a lot of cats, man. There's no time limit, bro. Follow your dreams. You have a whole life to live. So it's only gonna show in your music, and it's gonna show in your art, man. So all the love to you, bro.
Thank you.
So what were some of your early influences? So what do you recall was like the first, hip hop track that you got into, or MC, DJ? Like, tell me some of these early influences for you.
Yeah, man. My cousin, of course, they introduced to me everything, like from of course everything, the Death Row records, that Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Dog Pound era. Of course, like the Wu-Tangs, the Biggies, the Jay-Z, Nas, all that shit, man. Like there's too much to list. I'm just a student of the game, and everything you can think about in the 90s, mid 90s, I soaked it all up, man.
So then how did that no worries, man. I know you toking up right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all love.
My bad.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. So what would you write about then? So like, you know, what would you say your early rhymes? Do you think he was fired? Do you think you were lit out the rip? Or were you kind of like on some nursery rhyme shit? What were you talking about? You know what I'm saying? What were you trying to say?
I was definitely trying to sound like the Brat.
The Brat? An ATL rapper. Okay.
I was definitely trying to sound like her or Corrupt. Trying to bite their style, you know, because I was such a fan of the Dog Pound.
Okay.
But like, you know, just I think as you grow older as an artist, I think what you write just reflects your life. So whatever I was writing about 10 years old, it was some 10-year-old shit.
Can you give me a rhyme? Can you give me like one of your early joints? Do you recall one?
Man, I don't. But now I'm writing some 37-year-old shit, you know?
There you go. What did all right, so let me bring it to the family, because, you know, one of the things we say, you know, as you're growing up, you know, it's okay to do the arts. You know, they let us do it a little bit, but it's not a career. What did your parents think about music and hip hop as a pastime for you in the early stages, like, you know, high school, middle, you know, when you were first getting into it?
My mom would always complain that I play loud music. I would play the music really loud, you know. So she wasn't too fond of hip hop. But I think when they started doing it, I think my mom always thought it was just a kid doing what kids like to do. But I think after I graduated college and I was still doing it, I think she supports it, and she doesn't think it's as stable as it needs to be. Because I really do have a stable job. Like I got a 9-to-5 like everybody else, you know. But my dad every now and then will tell me good job. But you're right. I don't think Filipinos encourage our Filipino kids to pursue the arts. That's something I want to do different if I become a dad. I definitely encourage my daughter, if I had a daughter or son, to like pursue what they want, you know?
I love that.
Pursue what makes them happy, because I think Filipinos don't do that enough. Don't kill me, Filipinos. I'm just being honest.
Nah, real talk. I love it.
I'm all showing the blunt. Don't kill me.
So question, what was it like being Filipino, trying to get into the hip hop game at that time?
Shit, it's difficult from now to now. From then to now. It's difficult this time. No, just kidding. I've been dropping albums, guys, since I was 21, since 2006. I'm currently working on my 12th album, and I've been doing shows nonstop since 2005. So every time an iconic legend from the underground came to Southern Cali, I would say like from 2005 to now, 90% of the chance I opened up for them, and I was an opening act for so many years.
Hell yeah.
Just dropping albums on all digital platforms and pressing up my own CDs, selling it at my shows, doing indie shows like you guys, just doing independently, and just doing it on my own, man. Paying for my own studio time. If I gotta pay for my own beats, my own graphic design for my album, it all comes from my pocket. It's all indie. So I don't know if I answered your question. The question is it hard to get in? Yes, and that's why I do it indie. You know what I'm saying?
Would that be your advice to anybody else trying to kind of break in?
Yeah, I think anybody that got a social media, man, it's so easy to put out music. It's so quick to promote it. I just think technology and social media helped the game, but it also killed the game in so many ways. It's very cluttered now, and everyone thinks they should do it and they can do it. Everybody got a YouTube page. So my advice is you got to figure out what's going to make you stand out, because there's a million of us trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're Filipino or not, you know?
So true.
Yeah, that's great.
Real talk. All right. So you're in high school. what else were you into, before leading to graduation? And because we got that nugget that you went to college. Can you just tell us a little bit before we head off into college, and then after college with your drive for music, and also your full-time gig to make that still a reality? What were you into as well, outside of maybe music, and where were you kind of being guided, say from the family standpoint? What did they want to get you into? Because one of the tropes that we always talk about in checkoff lists is, hey, we want you to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, accountant. I'm sure you've heard that before, Marlon. What was kind of like your trajectory and your family trajectory before you decided, or maybe they decided, where you were going to school at?
Well, my mom's a teacher. So she didn't give a fuck about no hip hop shit. She was like, you better get your ass into college. I'm gonna whoop your motherfucking. Can we cuss?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Can we cuss?
Yeah, you're good,
like,
brother.
It's like, putang ina mo, you better go to college, punyata. Puta giska. Just kidding. No, my mom definitely wanted me to go to college. So my grades were decent enough to get accepted to Cal State Fullerton. And I majored in human services. And I've been working with kids with autism. I do behavior therapy, and I do ABA therapy for kids with autism. For 11 years now. And yeah, please forgive me for smoking. I love God. Please
I love that, man. I love it. That's beautiful, man.
Nah, but,
was that what you wanted to do though? Or did you choose the path that you're on now when you're in school or beforehand? Like, because we all go different paths. Sometimes we change up our major when we're in school. Did you know what you wanted to do?
I came in as a communications major, radio, TV, film.
Okay.
But then a couple friends committed suicide, and I think I fell into depression. And when I was depressed, I figured I'm gonna change my major to human services. So it was double concentration on mental health and substance abuse treatment. So when I graduated in 2008 or 2009, it was kind of hard to find a job. You know what I'm saying? So I for 1 year, I worked at an outpatient facility that worked with people that was on crystal meth. It was an 18-month drug rehab program, or they go to jail if they don't complete it. I did that for 1 year. Kind of got burned out. And my friend was like, why don't you just apply for jobs in San Diego? Just try, because you're looking for a job, just try it. So I did. I sent my application, and I got hired by this company that was doing that was servicing kids with ABA therapy for kids with autism for all the school districts in San Diego, California. I got the job in 2010. I had no experience prior working with kids with autism, but boy, I learned quick. I learned quick, and I learned to love it quick, and I'm still doing it to this day. And yeah, man, that's a big part of my life too, besides hip hop. Yep.
Yo, first off, rest in peace to the loved ones that you lost, man. I'm sure you're honoring their spirit through your life now. Yeah, man, that's a lot of love there, man. And you finding yourself with that, and damn, yo, that's heavy. But but it's important, you know what I'm saying? And figuring out your own way despite that. So I think that's beautiful, and I just want to show you mad love and respect for that. And then and also applaud you to find yourself with the role that you're doing now, because I've had friends that have children that have autism, and I know how difficult that can be. So just mad respect, bro. You know what? Let's talk about that to a slight degree. The importance of self-care, because like you said, you went through a depression, and then I think you found an amazing beacon of light to give back after going through that depression by the job that you chose to do. So again, and more flowers thrown at you right now, bro. Applause.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the importance of self-care and how you found that for yourself, and suggestions to everybody else there that may be going through it, and recommendations to how to take care of yourself?
I'm smoking weed right now. That's
there you go. I was about to say, in addition to the weed, bro.
He's a living example.
I love that.
No, I'm just kidding, guys. I just think if you're in the social work field, mental health field, just speaking from my perspective, especially if you're a teacher, I think self-care is everything. Whether if you work out watch a funny movie, spend time with family, friends, loved ones, pray, meditate, smoke. Self-care is everything, because I think if you don't do it, you're definitely going to burn yourself out. And sometimes as adults, we need other outlets in life after we clock out, you know? Like look at us right now. We got a show. You guys got a show. You know, I love it, man. You know, I love this shit. And we're all connecting through Zoom from other sides of the country. And I support my Filipino peoples. And yeah, self-care is everything.
I love it. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. And I echo all of that. So let's, since you mentioned your connection as Filipinos, let's go back to the culture, to the people. So since you had to move when you were 10 and you're now essentially a Filipino American now, you know, you really assimilated because now you've been raised here. How has that been for you as, you know, from 10 to now, you know what I'm saying? Where you had that culture shock change, you've now assimilated in a way, but I'm curious how you feel about that as a Filipino American. Have you experienced, you know, the racism, the colonialism, the imperialism? You know, what do you think about all of that? You know, being because a Filipino now who's in America, you know, that duality that we have to face as immigrant people, as a culture. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so I left when I was 10, but I did visit for 3 months when I graduated college in 2008. So I left in 1995, didn't come back till 2008. So I just think Manila has changed so much since the last time I've been home. Manila looks like downtown LA. Philippines is definitely westernized. You know, and as a Filipino American, I think our families, whether they came out here because of the Navy to become a nurse, whatever reason why Filipinos came to the United States is the history of time, especially the 50s, 60s, 70s. I think Filipinos came to the US to escape poverty, because it's definitely a country of poverty. So our parents have worked so hard to get us out of there that I think, I can't speak for everybody's parents and families, all right? But I think they push us to become engineers and nurses and be doctors because they think that happiness just means escaping poverty. So they wanted to make sure we don't experience poverty. And I get that. I think that's awesome. That's dope. I think that's why Filipinos work so hard. And that's not a bad thing. But I also think that maybe the missing piece and the missing link of raising us was how to teach us how to be happy. I don't think our parents taught us that. I think they forced things upon your throats, just forced us to accept it because we said so. But to unlearn that kind of colonialism, I think it's all passed on, man. It's all passed on. That generational pain, that generational trauma is just passed on. And I don't know if you guys got kids, but I think our job as adults, especially being a Filipino American, is to not do that to the next generation of kids, you know?
Hell yeah. Real talk, man.
I think our parents can be overly critical sometimes.
Definitely.
That can encourage you, but I think it can also damage you.
You dropping gems. I don't know if you can see Tina steadily writing right now. She's our personal note taker during these interviews. So when you drop gems, she records them to make sure we can recite them and talk about it later on. So you making her fill up her book right now. I love it.
So I'm a damaged guy.
Hey, we're all damaged, brother.
I'm
straight
damaged.
up.
Hey guys, that's why I rap, because I'm damaged.
That makes sense. It all back to how you cope and then how you express yourself, and
definitely
avenue is rap.
Hell yeah,
man.
So let's bridge into rap. So I was talking about the culture. The last rapper musician that we had on was the amazing Ruby Ibarra.
Nice.
She came on. So now you're following up after her. She put a lot of herself and the culture into the music, and is now I think one of the baddest MCs that is female, and then she's Filipino, bruh.
Salute to Ruby Ibarra. I'm proud,
you know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Hell yeah. So Talk about rap, man. Do you put yourself into the, well, you talked about, you're at 10 years old, you're a 10-year-old self in your rhymes. Now you're 37. So what are some of the kind of the content that you like to speak on? And what are you trying to say with your music, man? Do you bring up the culture? Do you just what your current, your situations? What do you like to talk about in your flows?
Everybody tuning in, by the way, the last 2 albums that I dropped Act 2 on August 2020. It's now out on all digital platforms. And I dropped another album called 13th and Broadway in May 2021, 4 months ago, not too long ago.
Dope.
And my whole catalog from 2005 to 2021 is now on mcmarlond.bandcamp.com. And my whole catalog is on digital platforms. So with that being said, for those tuning in, you can definitely peep what I speak about on my catalog. I think as I get older, the music has always been personal, but I think as I get older, it's becoming more spiritual and more political, and just becoming comfortable in my own skin and talking about the things I shouldn't talk about. But I think that's what makes you an artist, because you're supposed to talk about what people don't talk about. So yeah, I'm trying to get better in songwriting, and I've been doing shows almost every weekend ever since like the venues opened up. Yeah, the venues shut us down for a while. But I promised myself when the venues are open, I'm gonna get back out there. So I'm back on the road doing shows every weekend, and it's been good. I'm really happy with the reception of the feedback and the reception of the music from people. And I'm just grateful that I'm still alive, man. God's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I dig it, man. I dig that. And I love that drive. So we never kicked off why the drive so much after you graduated, but what kicked off the drive? So like you said, you were rhyming since 10, but then you obviously listened to your mama, went to school, did what you said, you graduated, but then what drove you back into it to constantly pursue it while doing the amazing job that you do full time, which I think is, again, applaud you there, and budget and, budgeting your time to do that and then find your off time to do that grind. And I appreciate the salute, because that's what we're doing too. You know what I'm saying? We work full-time jobs, but then we come home to pursue our passions. How do you balance it and have any recommendations in that regard as well?
So yeah, man, I was in the rap group in high school from freshman year to senior year, or from freshman year all the way to first year of college. We called ourselves Salty Peanuts.
Yeah.
And there was 5 of us. There was a DJ, a guy that can beatbox, and 3 MCs, and I was one of them. So all throughout high school, I was performing already, but like my mom made sure I got to school, and I did. I got accepted to Cal State Fullerton. I declared a major, so I fulfilled her wishes. But while I was in school, I still kept performing in the Orange County, Southern California circuit. And I felt like I was officially pursuing it when I dropped my first album in 2006. It's called Shadows of My Reflection. I got a chance to open up for Guru from Gangstar back in 2006, and I got a chance to really pass it to him. I opened up for a lot of people that first year of dropping my first album. I opened for Killer Priest from Wu-Tang, and it was just y'all remember college, right? It was lit. It was fun. I was rocking a lot of shows, and I think the buzz started from there. And I've been just rocking shows and making albums nonstop. Now, I still got ways to go. Don't get me wrong. I'm still trying to get better as an artist, but I just think consistency is key. And I think if you just stay true to yourself, you'll never run out of things to rap about. I took a break. I did take a break from 2018 to 2019. I took a break from doing shows, and I pursued some acting. I took like 6 months of acting classes, and I started pursuing theater. So like from 2018 to 19, I was doing theater. I stopped doing shows, but I never stopped recording. And then around the time Nipsey Hussle died, one of my best friends in San Diego died too. And once again, it kind of set me to depression. And when that happened, I recorded like 100 songs, and I picked the best 20, and that's what became Act 2. And I released that during the middle of the pandemic. And I never really got a chance to hit the road hard with that album because, the venues closed down. But now it's open, so I'm just trying to promote it. I'm trying to get back out there,
Oh yeah, everybody go see my man Marlon. Yo, there you go. I love that, man. That's crazy how the life's up and downs, but you still pursue your goals and your passions, and you still keep living and breathing and making it happen. That's important.
Thank you.
Yo, I gotta tell you what's funny. You said your group was Salty Peanuts. I don't know if the Ates remember when we did like our talk back episode between us. I had a crew when I was in high school by the name of HBP. It stood for Hard Brown Pinoys, but the original name was Hot Boiled Peanuts, yo. So from the Hot Boiled Peanuts to the Salted Peanuts, what's good, brother?
We're brothers.
Hell yeah.
Happy and we're singing and we're colored. Yeah. Give me a high five.
My G. So man, music is where it's at right now. So that and acting was a little bit here and there. So because I think I saw your IMDb page, right? That was you doing your little acting game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm constantly doing theater. And,
okay, so you're still dabbling with acting.
I'm still doing theater, and I just stopped for a little bit because they closed down the venues. But
okay,
I landed the lead role for a play coming up called The Place and Time, and we go on in October 8th to the 24th. And I'm playing a screenplay writer who's an alcoholic who has to move to LA to pursue his dreams, but the alcoholism got the best of him. So he has to move back to San Diego to explain to his friends. So I'm currently rehearsing. Yeah, I'm currently rehearsing 2 to 3 times a week for that. And on top of that, I'm still doing the hip hop show. So I'm definitely balancing acting and music as well as I can right now. So yeah, and I landed one role in an indie film called The Year I Did Nothing. It's now out on Amazon Prime. I have like 5 lines. I speak Tagalog on that. I got like just 5-6 lines.
I've seen that. What scene are you in, bro?
I was one of the guys that was smoking the cigarette in the wall, and then we were playing with the firecrackers. And
shit!
The firecrackers blew up, and then and then we ran off. So I landed some roles and stuff, but yeah, I just been balancing it, man. Just been balancing it, trying.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, my man, Abe Pagtama played the crazy driver that couldn't really see. That's my boy. He was actually on the ShoPowSho too. That's wild, my man. I remember your scene now, bro. It's a small world, young.
Shouts to Manong Abe. Hell yeah. I also, during the pandemic, I started a podcast.
Okay.
It's actually the first 1-year anniversary this September. And I'm like maybe 85 episodes deep. I focused on like, it was definitely hip hop commentary, but it's also highlighting Filipino business owners and social workers and health workers, teachers, just interviewing everyday common folk that has nothing to do with the music industry that just gives back to the community. So I definitely got to interview you guys because you guys put me on.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, man, I got to get your guys' story because
crossover episode.
Yeah.
I gotta give back. I always try to give back. For those who put me on, I gotta put you guys on for real.
Hell yeah. Nah, man, we can trade Rolodexes, man. I'd love to have everybody that you had on over here. Let's show and share love, man. I love that, man. It's always about giving back.
On the show. No
Kabayan,
doubt.
baby. That's what we do.
No doubt. It's all about helping each other out. It's bad. It's tough to be a Filipino in the entertainment industry. So, like, we gotta support each other, guys, because we all we got. We gotta support each other. And I thank you guys for having me. I feel honored to be here. I'm like, shit. I'm after the Ruby Ibarra episode. Yeah. I have like chicharron crumbs in my shirt. Yeah. I'm all smoking and shit.
It's all love, man. So amazingness that we have to look forward to. When that it's a stage thing,
it's
theater?
A theater play. It's a theater play.
What's the name of it?
We go on Community Actors Theater in San Diego.
Okay.
Shouts to the whole family. Shouts to the cast. This is like my 11th theater play at the theater. And I'm just trying to I'm finding that I love acting. I think it's and theater acting in particular, I find myself drawn to it because I think it's very similar into rapping live. I just think it's the same thing, but not the same thing. But but the element of doing it live and no chance to say stop, pause. Nah, dude, you gotta keep going. Like
that's
like,
that adrenaline thrill ride, bro. Nah, that's
you better
beautiful.
freestyle your lines if you forgot it, you know? Like
yeah.
It's similar to improv, it's similar to freestyling. If you forget your lines on stage, I think you better come up quick with the next one. It's similar to rapping. So I like doing it a lot.
Hell yeah. Yo, you get mad props on that. I've dabbled in theater. I more of a stage screen actor, but more of a screen actor than a stage actor, because I did it. I dabbled, but it's a lot of time and commitment you got to put in, man. So I have nothing but mad respect that you can put forward that time to make that happen. That's beautiful, man. But if you dabble in the screen side too, I'll be making some trips out there in LA. I got an Actors Barcada group over there. We got some films in the works, brother. We'll have to dabble. We'll have to talk.
Nice.
Again, like we do, share love.
I'll play someone's Kuya.
There we go. So let me throw it over to Kat with our last question out the gate. Kat, you're muted. There we go.
All right. Since we are part of the Nerds of Color, we always like to end with a little nerd check. So what are you nerdy about? What do you love? What could you give a whole TED Talk about? What are you into?
And it can't be music, because we already know that.
Or it has to be something real specific.
The TV show Martin.
Oh, okay. I love Martin.
Yeah. I know a lot about that. I love working with kids. So I just think the topic of autism and kids with special needs is always interesting to me. I love watching documentaries.
Hey,
so I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd too. Yes.
What's the last documentary or a really good documentary? Recommend one to me. I love documentaries, but I haven't seen very many of them.
On Netflix, there's this one about like how New York City is very corrupted by the mafia and the cops. I just think US is grimy. I just think this country is grimy. But I love the US. I love the US. Don't shoot me, guys. Don't shoot me. No, but and by the way, when it comes to music, I've been addressing what's going on in this country. There's a lot going on in the country. But maybe now it's not the right time to talk about that. But for my podcast, it is. You guys are.
There you go. Plug City.
Part two.
So, bruh, man, this was fun. And let's. So we had the last question out the gate. We went into the life. We sell it. We learned a lot about you, man. You got some amazing work coming up ahead. As it comes along, as it drops, we'd love to have you back and
you guys are awesome, man.
Promote it.
Interview all y'all.
Hell yeah. And we'd love to come on your joint, man. And again, like I said, share Rolodexes, show and share love, man. This is so beautiful, man. And I think I could probably hit you and really chat with you and get on point with you with about how fucked up this government is and all that. Because a real talk, sometimes it's difficult to have it in this kind of forum and put those things out there. But I think you and I could probably talk a little bit about some things, man. I'd love to just kick it. Hell yeah. So before we leave out and let you do your thing, man, we gotta, I wanted you to, our actual final thing is for you during the show part of it is how can the people that are watching this and our audio listeners reach out to you? If you could throw out your socials, I also have it in the description below when they watch this, but just throw the socials out there, how they can reach out to you for everybody else besides us. Cause we gonna do our behind the scene thing with you, but for everybody listening, how can they reach out to you and follow you online?
No doubt. On Instagram, you can find me at AmDLens. That's AmDLENS. On Facebook, you can find me under Marlon D or my personal Marlon Dido. On Twitter at MCMarlonD. My two newest albums, Act 2 and 13th and Broadway, is now out in all digital stores. And for my whole catalog of albums and mixtapes from 2005 to now, it's mcmarlond.bandcamp.com. The mixtapes are for free download and the albums are for purchase, but yeah, you can still also listen to it there too. And yes, The Year I Did Nothing, now out on Amazon Prime. And for all my San Diego listeners, we're going to be at Community Actors Theater, October 8th to the 24th, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, 7 p.m. on Friday, Saturdays, and 3 p.m. on Sundays. And hit me up for tickets because I got some.
Hell yeah.
Enough plugging. I'm talking too much. Sorry.
No, I love it. Kuya Marlon in the house. Oh, you know what? I got to give you a nickname. That's what I want to start doing now. What is your favorite Filipino dish?
Inola.
The enigmatic Inola. Mr. Marlon, that's not good. You don't like, Cat don't like enigmatic. What Cat, Tina, help me out. What, we got to give him a nickname. He's part of the ShoPowSho family.
I did not approve this segment.
You're not approving? You don't want nicknames? Because, you know, we the Adobe Bros.
We are, listen, Kuya, we've been doing this for a while, like almost like a year. Yeah, almost a year. You can call us any food you want, but I feel like that might be taking liberties with our guests.
Too much? Okay. Well,
the guests on the podcast.
I'm just trying to add some flavor to it because that's what we about. That's what brings us together is the food, you know, a lot of times. So, you know, I just love the food, bro. I'm trying to start a streetwear line, man. You know,
I left my number in the chat. Hit me, guys, so we can schedule because I'm definitely looking for guests for season 5.
Hell yeah.
You know, I dropped 21 episodes per season, so I'm currently on season 4, and I'm just trying to reach out to other definitely Filipinos outside of Southern Cali. So you guys are definitely. I'm just curious to hear because everybody got a story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody,
exactly, bro.
Everybody got.
I love it.
You know? And for my show, I really do highlight what you guys are about, and I know that you guys got something unique to offer. I can tell, and I fuck with the vibes, man. Thank you,
my G. Well, that's a perfect segue to round this out. Kuya Marlon. The next time you all see us, we'll be on his show, and then back here when he's back on ours to promote his latest shit. Kuya Marlon, appreciate you, bro. Man,
God bless you guys.
until we're
Love
there.
you.
Definitely, man. All
Thanks
right.
for having me, yo.
Definitely. Boom. There you go, my man Marlon D, all the way in San Diego. You know I love hip hop, you know I love music, and you know I love my people. So that brother was wrapped up all in one with that. So that was a lot of fun. That was cool. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I always like hearing from another educator, especially one who has, you know, ties to having, you know, teaching kind of run in the family. I thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the greatest gem that he left us with was what he said about happiness and how it's really our responsibility to teach the next generation how to be happy, because for a lot of, you know, first generation, second generation immigrants, and especially Filipino, you know, they want us to be the doctors, they want us to be the nurses, they want us to be successful, they want us to escape poverty, and that the bar for happiness is that escape from poverty, when in reality it's so much more.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. And just everything he went through and is still striving and still going for his dreams. And he did what his mama said. You know what I'm saying? I love that. But yet, you know, after he did that, now I'm going to do what I want to do. And, you know, I may have my ups and downs, but I'm going to still go at it and then also give back. That is a great human being. I think if I lived over there in San Diego, he's the kind of cat that would be my best friend. Like I could see me relating to him in so many ways. So that was a lot of fun. And I really appreciate Marlon coming through to just, you know, speak on what he's doing and representing and just giving us more amazing people to add to our Rolodex of people we had from the culture. So beautiful, man. That was a lot of fun. So Ates, let's let them know how they can reach out to us. I know Miss Tina over there, I'm gonna throw it back to you. You got a lot of stuff going on. This is gonna happen after you've done this convention because you're running out over there, but you're getting ready to go to Gen Con. You've been there quite a bit, right?
Yep, this will be my 4th year. Should have been my 5th. RIP 2020. We're showing up at Gen Con. Shout out to Dragon Shield. Shout out to Gen Con. Shout out to Indianapolis. I'll be there this weekend. This weekend being the weekend of September 15th to the 19th. So, woo! I got a busy few days coming, but you can follow me and find out all about that on my socials. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at viva.valentina, and I'm on Twitter and chess.com at vivavalentinaxo.
There we go. Thank you for making your time before you dip out to do all that. I know you got a busy schedule, so thanks as always, Tina.
Yes. We can
I'm Kataphorric. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter. I also have a TikTok, and so does the ShoPowSho. If you want a little more behind the scenes, you can always follow us on Patreon or just buy us a coffee.
Hell yeah. And thank you for all of that, Kat. And make sure you follow Miss Kat as well and everything she's doing. I can't thank you enough. I just uploaded to our Patreon ShoPowSho and Tells with Joy Regulano, Eric Esteban, and Carolyn Faye. So there's some new content up there for our Patreon only subscribers. Please subscribe, help us out as we push along this ShoPowSho. Kat, Tina, love you guys so much. With all of our crazy schedules, some stuff may happen, some stuff don't happen, but we keep on trying to make it happen. And I can't thank you enough for going along the ride with me. This has been beautiful as always. For me, your boy Kuya P, strange since 1977. Yes, I'm an old head. Temple Far East, Twitter, IG. There you go. The legend Kuya P on TikTok. I think I might change Twitter and IG to the legend Kuya P just so I can keep it simple. You know, so I'm looking into that just so I don't have to talk too damn much, because I talk too much, people. The Nerds of Color on everything. ShoPowSho, obviously. And of course, the NRW and New Release Wednesday where nerds rule the world. Kat, Tina, love you guys. Mahakita, salamat. We are out of here. Boom, boom. Love y'all.
Yo, this is Marlon D. I'm a hip hop artist. Check me out on the newest episode of the ShoPowSho. Get that ShoPow right now, son. Peace. Yo, what up? My name's Marlon D. I'm a hip hop artist, and my Filipino heritage is important to me because I love my peoples. My peoples can cook. My peoples work hard, and my peoples look good.